Now we continue with our fried pork, food chow style with our guest, Mrs. Lucy David.
Now, Cindy, I think
okay.
you better stand behind. Separate your meat before you put it in, no? So you fried your meat quickly.
We want to repeat that there's plenty of oil. There should be plenty of oil here because we're deep frying, no, Mrs. David?
Yes.
So, wag po tayo magtipid sa mantika. Total, magagamit naman natin ulit. The oil is really bubbling hot, no,
Yes.
Mrs. David?
The oil should be hot. And this does not take cooking time. It's very quickly done.
Do you need a strainer for this, Mrs. David? No.
No more. Just a couple of minutes and it's done, no?
Wow, it has a good smell.
And it's red, nice golden color.
Reddish brown.
You can do this with spare ribs also.
Oh, I see.
And you can use chicken as well.
Oh, very good. So right there we have variations already.
Yes, you can...
Deboned chicken, Mrs.
Yes,
David?
deboned chicken.
Or spare ribs.
Yes.
Why does it take so fast to cook, Mrs. David? Because the slices are
it's
quite
already
big, no?
marinated and your oil is very hot. Tanggalin na yung mantika. So, you serve this. First of all, this is the one that's done, no? Then you served it with your atsara, your radish.
I noticed, Mrs. David, with your demonstrations, always you put an accent on attention on presentation, no?
Yes.
Always.
Food always tastes better if it looks appealing. So it will work on your appetite, no? Now, I will show you how to do the pepper salt. Although I have some ready one, but we have a little time, so I'll show you. You use 2 tablespoons of rock salt and about 1 teaspoon of half a teaspoon.
White peppercorn. This is white peppercorn.
Yeah.
1/2 teaspoon white peppercorn.
If you like it peppery hot, then you can use 1 teaspoon, no? So you toast this until it's quite dry and it's smelling good.
So that's the key, the sign, when we start smelling.
Yes. You can use cayenne pepper also.
Cayenne or white peppercorn.
Yeah, either use cayenne peppercorn or white peppercorn.
So we have to wait for it to brown, right?
Just slightly.
So dapat papulahin natin, no? Papulahin ng konti. What's that? That's popping. Is that the...
Salt.
Salt. Whoa!
When it's popping,
It's too hot.
lift it up from the flame, push it away from you. Otherwise, you may get hurt. And then when it stops popping, then you can return to the flame. This is already toasted, no? And you put it in a molten vessel.
So, didikdikin pala natin, no?
Mm-mm.
It should be really fine, Mrs. David.
It should be quite fine. Actually, I have some that's already done here. You can have this done and then put it aside. You can...
I see. How long is the shelf life of this one? We can store it for months, Mrs.
Oh,
David?
you can store it for 2-3 months. It won't
see.
get spoiled.
Uh-huh.
This you can serve it with fried chicken. You can serve it with fried pigeon.
What is it? It's very maanghang?
Not really. Why don't you taste it?
Not at all maanghang.
No.
Think.
And then
Just a little tang.
yeah.
And then how do we how do we eat this? Do we just put it on the side? I see.
Put it on the side like this, no?
And then dip it?
Yeah. And then when you eat it, you just dip this.
I see. So, let's repeat, Mrs. David. They can use, this was kasim, pork kasim.
Yes.
Our televiewers can also use, what is it? Spare ribs.
Spare ribs.
Pork spare ribs.
And
or
they can use chicken.
deboned chicken.
Yes.
Is there anything else?
Where you can use shrimp.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Want to try this?
Ah! Oh, wow.
But
Delicious.
don't use piget, no? Piget is too tough.
I see.
If you
Nor lomo.
Yeah,
No.
no lomo. And lomo is okay. Lomo is the tenderloin.
But it has no fat.
Yeah. It has no fat. It's drier. But if you used liampo or spare ribs or kasim, it has a little fat in between, and really it's very tender and very tasty.
It has the most unusual taste. I think it's the burro that does it.
Yes. I don't think you can get this in any restaurants here. They don't do this here.
And also the other recipes that you showed us are, to me, mind-blowing. I'm your first fan, Mrs. David.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed the food.
Thank you very, very much, Mrs. Lucy David. At saka ang aming assistant, si Manang Karing Vasquez. Maraming salamat. At sa inyo rin, maraming salamat. Sana po ay nasiyahan kayo sa aming demonstration ngayong hapon. Isa lamang pong paalala, yung pong nagre-request ng mga recipes, meron pong mga libreng handouts ng recipes na pinamimigay po ang Philip Morris International. Sumulat lamang po kayo sa Philip Morris International, care of Great Wall Advertising, P.O. Box 1221, Makati Commercial Center. Or, yung pong nakatirang malapit sa Great Wall Advertising on 136 Yacal Street. Naku po, pumunta na lamang po kayo para madali po ang inyong pagkuha ng mga recipes, no? And wag po ninyong kalilimutan kung susulat kayo, ipadala ninyo ang inyong 80 centavos stamp at ang inyong return address. Okay? So, maraming salamat sa inyo. In behalf of our sponsor, Philip Morris International and MBS Channel 4, ito po si Cecilia Garuso, nagpapaalam po hanggang sa muli. Bye-bye! Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat and welcome once again to Telearalan. You'd be surprised how easily you can learn how to cook Chinese dishes according to how our special guest demonstrator shows us. According to Mrs. David, Chinese cooking isn't as difficult as most of us think. So we hope that you're going to listen and watch carefully as she shows us our specialty for today, which is fish head or dried squid casserole. So I'd like to introduce Mrs. Lucy David, President of Great Wall Advertising and our regular guest for the Chinese cooking series. Mrs. David, welcome to our show.
Hi, glad to be here again. I'm a little bit hoarse, but we get on to it.
Okay.
This fish head, you can use either fish head or dry squid. Now, this is Phuket style. This is Phuket style cooking. Now, you can use this as viand or as a soup. It depends on how salty you made it. If you make it saltier, then it becomes a viand. But if you follow this recipe, It's just enough, you know, to use it as a soup.
I see.
So it can be soup or a viand. Now, don't let the long lists of ingredients frighten you. Actually, these are ingredients basically for seasoning. And once you have all this ready, the cooking is no problem. You know, it's very, very easy to prepare. You need one fish head, about 600 to 800 gram size, and split into half, or one piece of big dry squid. One fish head, 600 to 800 gram size, split into half, or one piece of big dry squid. You can buy the fish head at the market. Best would be lapu-lapu head or maya-maya head, no? And then the squid, you have to soak it until it's soft, then you cut it. I'll show you how to cut it later. Then you need 1 tablespoon rice wine, 1/4 teaspoon ginger juice, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 tablespoon rice wine, 1 tablespoon rice wine, 1/4 teaspoon ginger juice, 1 teaspoon salt. This is to marinate the fish head. If you use dry squid, then you can do away with this list of marination ingredients, marinating ingredients. Then you need the tofu, 1 tube of tofu, 1 tube of tofu, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. This is to coat the tofu before you fry the tofu, no? And the oil for deep frying. Then you need 2 tablespoon corn oil, 2 tablespoon corn oil, 4 slices of ginger, 4 slices of ginger, 6 cloves of garlic. These are whole cloves. 6 cloves of garlic, 2 stalks of green onion cut into 1 1/2 inch length, 2 stalks of green onion and cut into 1 1/2 inch length. Then you need 100 grams of pork belly or liempo, 100 grams of pork belly, liempo, and slice it thinly. 3 pieces of medium-sized mushroom, softened or sliced, no? Dry mushroom, not diced, that's dry. 3 pieces of medium-sized dry mushroom, softened them and sliced it. Or you can use 12 pieces of button mushroom, sliced.
This is or, no?
Or, yeah. 12 pieces of button mushroom, if you don't have the black dry mushroom. Then 1/2 can of bamboo shoots. If you don't use canned one, then you just buy 1 big piece of bamboo shoots, boil it until it doesn't smell anymore. You can use the local bamboo shoots as well. Then 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1/4 teaspoon beijing, 1/4 teaspoon beijing, 1 tablespoon light soy sauce, 1 tablespoon light soy sauce, 2 tablespoon rice wine, 2 tablespoon rice wine, a pinch of white pepper powder, a pinch of white pepper powder. You can use black pepper if you don't have white. 2 pieces of hot chili. This
Labuyo?
no, the long one. What do you call that? Yung chili manghang.
Pangsigang?
Oh,
The one used
the
for
longer
sinigang.
one. And that's optional. If you don't like your fish head to be spicy, then you can omit that. 1/2 teaspoon sugar. 1/2 teaspoon sugar. 4 cups of water. 4 cups of water. Now, if you want to use this as a soup, then you increase the amount of water. And also, if your fish head is very big, you also increase the amount of water. Just put enough water to almost cover the fish.
So water to cover the fish.
Yes, almost cover the fish, no? Then you prepare 4 stalks of pechay or mustard green, yung Tagalog mustasa. 4 stalks of pechay or mustard green, no? Yung Tagalog mustasa. Put this. So we will prepare the fish head first. This is half a fish head. This is very, very big. And make sure that your fish head, oh, this is not.
So it has to be scaled.
Yes, it's got to be scaled.
Kaliskisan.
No, well, I'm sorry, this is not really scaled. It's okay then. Just half a fish head. This is very big fish head. This is why I'm using only half.
So lapu-lapu or maya-maya. No?
And then you use rice wine. 1 tablespoon rice wine. It's better that you put in the pan first, no? Then 1/4 teaspoon ginger juice.
This was made by just squeezing.
Yeah, just squeeze the crushed ginger.
Crushed ginger.
And then 1 teaspoon salt. Mix it up. Mix it all up. Then apply it on the fish, no? Usually you would do this at least an hour before you use the fish.
And much better if it were longer.
Yes. Well, it shouldn't be too long, otherwise it gets very salty, no? Clean the fish.
So that kind of rubbery part must go.
That's the stomach part. Now you marinate it for half an hour. Then you put cornstarch to coat it a bit. Coat it. Actually, the cornstarch is about 1 tablespoon of cornstarch would do, no? You don't need that much.
What is the cornstarch for, Mrs. Davis?
To prevent the
Juice.
frying from,
Sputtering.
sputtering.
So para wag pumisik, lalagyan natin ng konting cornstarch.
The fire is ready. Ooh, the fire is killed.
So this is around 5 to 6 cups of corn oil, Mrs. Davis.
Yeah. Now, you also have your other ingredients prepared, no? While we are heating up the oil. You prepare the fish head, then prepare the other ingredients. Now, if you use if you use dry squid, this is what dry squid looks like.
Where do you buy this, Mrs. Davis?
Oh, you can buy it either in public market or Divisoria or Quintal market in Quiapo. And you soak this, cut it up into pieces like this. You know, cut it up into quarter pieces like this, into 4 pieces. Soak it in water.
Is it overnight soaked?
Overnight. Overnight to have it, make sure that it is softened, no? And then you cut it like this. Then cut it slanted.
But we don't cut through.
Don't cut it through. Just to slits and crosswise as well. So when it's cooked, it opens up and it's like a flower, no?
I see.
It looks better. And then you cut it like this.
I
See? These are the cut ones. But we are using the fish head. We are not going to use this. Now your tofu, these are the raw tofu. And you coat it in the cornstarch before you fry.
You just roll it.
Roll it. I'll show you how to fry the tofu later. These are bamboo shoots, and you cut it slice it like this, no? See, these are bamboo shoots. And then you slice your pork thinly. This is your liempo. This is a piece of liempo, you see. So you slice your liempo crosswise. Cut it against the grain, no?
Mrs. David, can I just backtrack a little bit? For those televiewers who only started viewing today, you gave us a precious tip on how to how to prepare the bamboo shoots.
Yes, always boil it until the water is not yellow color anymore.
So it could mean 2 boilings or
it may
3?
be 2, it may be 3. Sometimes it may take 4 boilings before you get it cleared.
Which means we keep changing the water after one boiling?
No. Let it boil, and when the water becomes very, very yellow, throw out the water and change into fresh water and boil again.
Whether it is canned or fresh from the market, we do the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, this is mushroom. You slice it this way. Slice it slantedly. You have the fresh mushroom. If you don't have
the dry,
the black mushroom, yung button mushroom,
canned mushroom. So we can use canned.
Yeah, you can use canned, or you can use fresh mushroom.
Even fresh.
Where you sort of can yourself. This is it.
Oh,
you remember last time I mentioned that if you can your own mushroom, make sure you dip your mushroom in the calamansi juice, so that when you cooked it, it will not be black.
How was this made again, Mrs. David?
You just soak your mushroom into calamansi water. Soak it for at least half an hour or so, and then boil it in water with a little salt, and then you put it in a jar, then put enough oil to cover the jar.
So the oil becomes like a seal?
Yes, the oil becomes the seal, and it seals off the oxygen inside, the air, and then it stays fresh. And anytime you need it, instead of buying canned goods, you can use your fresh mushroom like this. You see how white they are? Instead of all black, like some people complain that, when they use fresh mushroom, it gets all black. It doesn't have to get black if you put it in a little calamansi juice. So, there you are. You have all your ingredients ready here. And then you fry your tofu. You need 1 tablespoon of cornstarch here. Very lightly only, no?
So, binabalot sa cornstarch ang tofu at pinipito.
The strainer,
the oil must be hot?
The oil must be very hot. The oil is too hot. This is much too hot. I'm sorry. It should be this hot, no?
So once
that it gets brown.
We put it in a strainer.
Yeah. To remove the excess. Here you are. You fry the tofu and then fried your fish head.
So after the tofu comes the fish head. That's a lot of oil, no?
Deep frying. This is deep frying, no?
And should we cover?
No, don't cover it. You better stay.
Okay, so while it's frying, we'll just have a short break. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.